The story begins with Donald Trump at a press conference, his fervent discourse echoing through the room as he lays out ambitious plans to reshape the Department of Education, but lurking in the shadows are significant challenges that threaten his vision. In the backdrop, the U.S. Capitol stands tall, its imposing structure representing the formidable congressional mandates that safeguard the Department of Education. While on the other side, polls reveal a public unwilling to support its elimination. Amidst rising public dissent, headlines flash across newsstands highlighting the overwhelming opposition to education cuts, capturing the anxiety of citizens as they confront their representatives who are embroiled in a contentious debate about the fate of crucial educational programs. In a moment of cautious optimism, Trump meets with Linda McMahon, his nominee for the department leadership, yet the uncertainty of her confirmation looms large, especially as classrooms across the nation continue to rely on essential educational programs facing potential cuts. As the political landscape shifts, an editorial cartoon captures the precarious balance within the Republican Party, weighing the core MAGA agenda against the call for broader political viability, while at a rally, the air buzzes with chants for school choice, illustrating the urgency of educational reform. Above the Department of Education building, a stormy sky symbolizes the turbulent atmosphere as political pressures mount, while within the classroom the phrase "every child matters" resonates, underscoring the critical nature of the programs that could be affected by looming decision-making. In a quiet room filled with tension, a political strategist scrutinizes the data that illustrates voters' sentiment on education policies, while outside, a group of hopeful students stands united, brandishing signs that advocate for the preservation of vital educational funding. On a political debate stage, candidates articulate their education policies with fervor, as an attentive audience understands that the stakes are higher than ever in the upcoming elections. Meanwhile, a dedicated teacher immerses students in learning, embodying the weight of decisions regarding educational funding. Outside the Department of Education, a vibrant protest unfolds as citizens raise their voices for special education and equitable funding, while inside, a high-ranking official sits in contemplation, signaling the gravity of forthcoming discussions that could reshape the educational landscape. Inside a congressional hearing room, lawmakers grill education officials about proposed funding cuts, spotlighting the intense scrutiny on policy changes. Simultaneously, an emotional parent at a town hall meeting shares a heartfelt story, reminding the audience of the real lives affected by these vital educational programs. An infographic reveals public opinion data illustrating overwhelming support for maintaining existing educational programs, contrasted with mixed feelings regarding Trump's proposals. Meanwhile, bipartisan lawmakers gather around a table, collaboratively strategizing ways to tackle the complexities of educational policy. In a somber meeting, education advocates and nonprofit leaders deliberate the looming impacts of budget cuts, their notes revealing key programs at risk. Across town, a child's drawing hangs proudly on a classroom bulletin board, encapsulating the hope and dreams tied to the future of educational funding. Inside a bustling campaign office, dedicated staffers work tirelessly into the night, preparing outreach efforts centered around education policy for the impending election. Meanwhile, an outdoor rally ignites as community members unite, sharing personal stories that emphasize the profound collective impact of educational programs. A compelling political advertisement graces television screens, featuring heartfelt testimonials from families whose lives have been transformed by Department of Education programs, while in a vibrant classroom, Students immerse themselves in hands-on activities, highlighting the critical role of funded educational initiatives in nurturing creativity and engagement.